Welcome back, ChesCo Insider fans. I want to thank Paul Myers of Bishop Shanahan for that interview. And now we're here with Tim Murphy, the head man here at Unionville. Unionville on a 3-game winning streak. But first, let's get a word from our sponsor, PA Rebels. Tim, you lost to Ruston early in the year, season opening loss, and they're powerhouse, obviously. But what facet of your game has fueled this turnaround?
I think our kids aren't giving up. No matter what the score is, even in the Ruston game, we were able to do some things and build off of it and come out and have a better second game. But, they're not giving up on things.
Right.
They're playing together, I think, is the other part. We're leaning on each other. It's some games it's offense scores a bunch, some games defense makes stops, sometimes it's special teams that does stuff. So that's been a big thing, and our whole sort of off season has been one team, one goal, and they've really dove into that and really embodied that as we've gone through.
Teams have personalities, they grow sometimes as the season goes on. Does this team have a personality that you could point to, an edge maybe?
Yeah, I think the biggest part is they got a big chip on their shoulder because we've been not who we've been traditionally the last couple of years.
Right.
So, they're kind of out to prove that's not who we really are. I think our seniors especially, they were freshmen when we won the league the last time. So they have it. I got a bunch of guys who have siblings that have been on the team and they sort of know what it is. So that has helped them out, and they've really, like I said, they had that chip on their shoulder and they want to show and come out and be a more traditional type Unionville team.
I want to ask you about Tommy McGinnis, the left-hander. I mean, I watched the film on Huddle. He looks very smooth. How has his progression been?
It's great. I think as a sophomore quarterback, you're going to make sophomore quarterback mistakes.
Right.
But I think he grew a lot with that and understood what he could do and what he couldn't do. Probably more importantly, what he couldn't do. And he worked hard in the off season, and he really put in the time to make sure that he's able to read progressions better and get the ball out quick as well. I think that's another big thing with young quarterbacks. They think that everybody's open like they're open in JV.
Right.
As opposed to in varsity, you got to get that ball out and you got to let those guys go make plays.
I wanted to ask you about your last question, your upcoming game with Bishop Shanahan. Mm-hmm. They have a really good skill position group. What's your biggest concern or worry as the head coach going into a Shanahan game?
I think for us, it's got to stop their running back number 2 and their quarterback number 10. I mean, those guys make it go. Like, you give 2 a little bit of space, he can go. So we got to make sure that we tackle well. We got to make sure that we control those guys and try to make them do other things. But that's really our biggest focus.
Okay. Tim, thank you.
Yeah.
Tim Murphy from Unionville.